All right, we did it. I knew we'd get through it. Good morning, everybody. Sorry about the technical delay there. You know how it is. Saturday morning? I think it's Saturday morning. Saturday morning hiccups. You know, computer needed to wake up. All that fun stuff. I don't know where my controller's at. Found it. All right. Morning. Awesome superstar run from Lyra right before this. We are downgrading the Kirby experience now. We are no longer using abilities or copy abilities, whatever you want to call them. And we are just going at it with pure Kirby action. And in this case here, we were playing in extra mode. So before we dive in a little bit about extra mode, for those of you that don't know what it is, extra mode is the hardest difficulty for Kirby's Dream Land. Most, if not all, enemies do double damage to Kirby. Everything's a lot faster. All but one boss fight is different. And yeah, it's really about it. Gordos in every other Kirby game after this, because this is the first Kirby game of the franchise, every Gordo after this does 1 damage. And every Gordo in Kirby's Dream Land, whether it's normal mode or extra mode, does 3 damage. So you can't hear the game. 1 second. Like I said, you just white once. That's crazy. You can't hear that. I can hear it in my dreams. It haunts my dreams. There we go. We might be able to hear it now. We good, chat? Y'all can listen. Y'all can hear this fantastic title song. You do hear? Okay, we're all good. We can hear things. All right, we're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. All right, green's right out of the gate here. Some things you're gonna see me utilize is that you're gonna see me utilize what is called a task bit. This is when you have about a, I don't know, 4-ish frame window, I believe it is, to spit out the enemy and swallow it within a 4-frame window. What this allows you to do with Kirby is it allows you to inhale. It allows you to inhale an enemy within 5 frames from you and immediately spit it back out. This comes in handy with the Kracko double hits that we're going to try and do in Bubbly Clouds. Oh boy, all right. We're gonna play this a little safe here. We don't want to take a death here, because this will take us back to where we fought the Poppy Bros. We're gonna take just a little careful here. All right, we're gonna have a little bear guy coming in. See you later, Trump. All right, a little scary, but we're through it. If we take a death on Wispy, it's not the end of the world. Death on Wispy is probably to be expected, because Wispy in extra mode doesn't just do puffs, it now throws Gordos at us as well. Ideally it would give us 2 apples per launch, but we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch here. So the name of the game here is to jump over the Gordos as they start to fall down, and we only want to hit Wispy when he is not spitting air. Because if we do that, if we interrupt the air shot, it actually delays his attack by a decent amount. Also, if we hit Wispy's face, that's 2 damage to Kirby as well, so you can actually get hurt from the tree itself, but not bad. 1 health going into that fight. We're in there. So this is Castle Lololo. So I guess we do get a couple copy abilities, I guess, to a degree. You get Mike. But Mike is pretty useless. All right, so we're gonna get our first real warp star to a mini boss here. We're gonna face off against Lolo and Lalala. The caveat to this fight is that Lolo and Lalala are going to have Gordos behind their boxes, when they decide to throw one at you. If you're quick enough on the bottom row, you can, however, shoot them before they pull a Gordo out. Here we're going to try and do the infamous curry skip here, or curry kill, which we already got hit, so it's a little scary. We'll probably maybe get one of the two down for the boss fight. Let's see what we got going on here, depending on how they want to spawn. All right, we got one, and we got a box. That's perfect. This fight is a nightmare on extra mode because they're so fast that it's actually pretty tough to hit them when they're on the same line with the box. But actually, probably one of my better kills I've had in a while. All right, so we're going into Float Islands. This is arguably probably my favorite stage. It's a pretty long stage, but it's a very executional heavy stage. This is a stage where you really don't want to mess up too much, because this is probably arguably one of the hardest fights in the game coming up, which is the Kabula fight. That's fine, we're good. So here we're going to take in these coconuts here because they cause a tremendous amount of lag. This game is very well known for having a lot of lag to it, especially in the screen coming up here on the ship, which is why we don't get the curry plate at the start there. Oh, get through there. All right, we're good. So here we gotta try and get that crab through the block. All right, we're gonna try and we want to clip this edge right here, because the Octoroks, if they hit you, are 2 damage. We really can't afford to take 2 damage right now. I'm just gonna hang out there and just wait. Going into this fight with 3 health is a little scary, so I might take an intentional death before going into the boss fight. Because I don't know if I can still do Kabula with 2 health. Alright. So we're just gonna take an intentional death there. Like I said, everything does about double damage here. So now we got full health going into the Kabula fight. And here we're gonna get the mint leaf. And Kabula on this fight doesn't change very much from normal mode. Kabula will start from to the top of the screen instead of the bottom. And Kabula is a lot more aggressive. But overall, that was a pretty decent fight. Typically you want to go into that fight with pretty much full health, because you're going to be tanking pretty much everything. Here we are in Bubbly Clouds. This is the second to final stage of the game, and this is arguably the longest stage of the game. Here we get introduced to Scarfies, and here we get introduced to angry umbrellas. So here we're going to take our time to get through this. Whenever in extra mode, whenever a Waddle Dee and Waddle Doo lose their umbrella, the umbrella gets angry and it comes after us. So you're going to shoot that one early to get the Waddle Doo out of the screen. And then here we're going to take a little bit of time here because we get the Pelicans, and we're going to have Bronto Burst coming in hot. So here we got Scarfies. We're gonna do a 1 puff up here to knock Bronto Bird out and get the Sir Kibble out of the way, and we're gonna go into the door. Here we're gonna try and do an enemy despawn, so we're gonna try and do a sprite overload in this corner right here. Typically in the corner coming up right here, there are 2 enemies that are supposed to spawn right there. But if you sprite overload that corner, you can despawn one of the enemies, which makes it a lot easier to get through that corner and minimizes the chances of getting hit. So here we got Kracko Jr. Kracko Jr. in this mode here is going to drop bombs instead of Waddle Dees, where you have to duck down in the corner here. When you're ducked down, Kirby's hitbox is actually his eyes and mouth in this game. And when you duck down, you've reduced the hitbox by so much, you really cannot be hit by much of anything. So we're going to take this warp star here. We're going to try to do a background clip from the waterfall. And we got it. Look at that, dude. Swag meter here at 10. So here we're clipped into the background. It saves a fraction of a second, basically. It lets you. It basically helps you to where you don't stop to grab the mint leaf. You just kind of keep going. This screen here is a nightmare. In normal mode, the falling stars don't do any damage to you. In extra mode, the falling stars do damage to you. And you don't want to get hit while over a pit. And then in this screen here, you're gonna see us hug the left side of the screen a little bit. The reason we do that is because if we actually just fly up through the middle or go more to the right, there is a pelican on the right side of the screen that is out for blood. And it's not a good time. So here we have the Krako fight. Very different than normal mode. Here, Krako has 3 different attacks. It can dive at you, it can do its little beamy thing, and it can drop bombs. Ideally, what we want is bombs, followed by a dive like that. Now we set up a task bit here. We want to line ourselves up just right here against this pillar. So when Krako goes up to the corner, we can try and shoot him immediately and get a double hit in onto Krako. Unfortunately, we weren't high enough for that jump. And every attack that Krako does is 2 seconds into the gutter. So this is not a great Krako fight by any means. All right, let's see. Well, guess we ain't doing the double hit there, aren't we? There we go. So what happens with a double hit, you don't want to do any other inputs that makes Kirby puff up like that. Oh! All right, we're fine. We're fine. Let's do it from this side. Come on, Krako. All right. Krako done. So in that fight there on normal mode, you actually have to be really careful because a normal Krako will swoop down at you. And if you hit Krako while he's in the bottom part of his swoop, the warp star or the end of stage star will go underneath the stage and you soft lock the game. So that's a good time. You can actually do that in extra mode as well too. But here we are in the final stage, Mount DDD. We are going into refights. The first one we're going to do is Low and La. The reason we want to do Low and La first is because when Kirby's done sliding on his face, that's the closest door to us. And it just makes the most sense to go into first. Based on how much damage we take during this fight, will determine which boss we go to next. Okay. Oh, they're so fast. All right, we didn't take any damage here, so we're gonna go into the Kabula fight next here. So what I like to do here is I like to take an enemy with me down here. It just makes going through that pit a little bit easier for me because I can line myself up. Also in this game, if you hit spikes, that does half of your health pool. So right now, if I would have went into the spikes, I would have lost 3 health immediately. Which I'm honestly surprised I didn't touch any of the spikes because I've been pretty well known to hit those spikes. So here we go back into the Kabula refight here. We are going to try and take it a little safe on this pre-fight here. We'll tank a couple of hits. But I would like to ideally get out of this with 4 health, which is what we did. And we're going to go into the Krako fight now. And we're going to do something called a Gordo clip. So how I said that Gordos do 3 damage to you no matter what. Well, in the final stage, Gordos will one-shot you. And in order to get through that door, you generally have to collect your mirrored or your doppelganger. But if you are in an iframe state, you can utilize the iframes to go behind the Gordo to clip into the door. Man, we are 0 for 3 on double hits. Alright, see ya, Krako. So now we're going to the Green-Greens refight here. This fight can be a little tricky just to start, because that guy there can shoot Muffin Top at you right from the get-go. And if he does, well, it's 2 damage. So, yeah, we typically don't want to get hit by that. So we still have to be careful with this fight. Even though Wispy's face does 2 damage, Gordos do 3. So And we only have 3 health. Last time I checked, 3 minus 3 is 0. Oh, okay, B button. Then... Alright. Down goes Wispy number 2. Now we're going into the DDD fight. So DDD doesn't change his attacks at all, but you can manipulate DDD. If you get DDD enough off screen, DDD will actually do a dive back onto the screen, which generates a star. And the way DDD's hammer works is, oh boy, this is a bad one. I just need you out of the, that's fine. So the way DDD works is that DDD's hammer will go to your last known position when the hammer is active. Take it easy there, champ. There we go. Oh, I was hoping you'd dive at me. There we go. So now we can down him off screen so he's gonna dive in. Not far enough off screen so he won't do anything crazy. Okay. There we go, we got him off screen again. So he'll dive in. Oh, he's super off screen. Oh, he's super off screen again. I don't like when he goes really off screen like that. It's actually really hard to know where he's gonna come from. There we go. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, okay. That works too. One more hit. And I don't know where he went. And time. For 2 deaths, you know, I'll take it. 1433, I take that for a 2-death run. But that's extra mode, Kirby's Dreamland. Cool thing about this one as well too is that it gives you a quote-unquote true ending. So here you're gonna get the nice normal credit sequence that you get after normal mode, and then after this credit sequence would run, you get a sprite roll, which plays the green song afterwards, which is actually kind of cool. But yeah, with that there, we'll be right back. I'm going to swap over games. We're going to take a nice little mini break there so it makes it easier for me to do VODs. And when we come back, we're going to be doing Trip World. That one I'm a little bit less rusty at. Definitely stay tuned.